Yeah, there we go. Question everything. Trust nothing except your boy, CryptoKeeper. Sorry. Got a little sidetracked there. I was reading a message just came through on the old iPhone. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Hey, it's Friday and we've got a spot ETF. You guys see, I'm rocking the ETH shirt. I'm not rocking the vest today. I need to get an Ethereum patch for my vest. Thinking of that, I've got the whole back on there that I could be adding some patches to. So maybe I'll add an ETH and Bitcoin onto the back of that. Maybe Caspa, something like that. I don't know. But in any event, yeah, you guys have seen the charts. We'll talk about that in a minute. But ETH is doing absolutely nothing right now. Glad to see that. But as Patriot Caveman is pointing out, rate cuts going to be in July. Well, I hope that you are right. That will be good for the crypto markets overall. Let me jump into the chat real quick. First, as almost always, Caffeinated Crypto. I swear Caffeinated Crypto sets an alarm every day to jump in here early and make sure to get that first comment. Shout out to you, brother. I got my coffee here. I'm with you. Very nice, very nice. Who else we got in the house? We got Chef T Fresh, Ada in the house, Ada gang in the house, and then, like I said, Patriot Caveman. Good to see you, brother. Glad that you are here. All right, so I feel like I had something I wanted to tell you guys. Should I have rocked my Ethereum hat today? I don't know. I got a pretty tight haircut yesterday, so I think we'll just go with the haircut today. Hooty hoo! Clay the Great's in the house. Glad to see you. And Patriot Caveman's chugging a Red Bull. In case you guys aren't following the chat, I am. While he's chugging a Red Bull, probably Caffeinated Crypto needs to do the same, driving in with freight, doing his fiat mining over there. Yeah, guys, hopefully everybody's being safe. Hopefully you're just listening. Don't watch Caffeinated Crypto. You got to keep your eyes on the road. All right, so let's start with the global market cap. As always, see what's popping off. The global crypto market cap is at, well, let me get over onto the right screen here. There we go. Boom, boom, and bada bing, bada boom. There we go. 2.662 trillion with a T dollars. That is down 0.7%. But how can it be down, Keeper? We've got a spot ETF. Well, we're going to talk about that. So stick around for it. Bitcoin's at 68,397. Pretty flat. Got a little bit of green on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the 7 day. ETH still up 17.7% on the week. So let's not forget that. Tether holding strong at $1. Thank God. BNB 596. That $600 mark. You guys have been hearing me talk about it for a long time. I think the next jump on BNB to the next hurdle, I should say, to cross will be around 650. And that'll be one of those that I think we're going to take a little bit of time to move past, just sheerly with the size and volume in BNB. Solana, $165 over. Actually, let me just jump over right quick while we're talking about Solana. Look at my coochie. 4.73 million with an M dollars. Had a big pullback. This should be a lesson. Let me zoom out a little bit. Right here. This should be a lesson. This is a lesson on buying meme coins. All right. When you see big pullbacks, yet you are a believer in said project, and you have people telling you, hey, I'm a part of this project. Hey, I know what's going on here. These, as I circle it again, much more ugly, is nothing but an opportunity. These are when you buy. You see these greens right here? Yeah, I was part of these greens right here. I was taking advantage of the dip. So just throwing it out there, do the right thing, not financial advice. What else we got going on? Toncoin has been sitting pretty flat over the last week. It's actually down 6.4%, but we can only pump so hard for so long. We're going to talk about Ton a little bit today. Going to talk about ETH, obviously. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Going to talk about the overall overarching theme headed into the markets. Why is this not going down further? Come on. Really? CoinGecko, you're failing me. There we go. Caspa up 6.5% on the week, up over 13 cents. Glad to see that. And we got to scroll a little ways down. VeChain still not doing things for me, down 4%. I'm waiting for that thing to pop off because, yeah, I've got a lot of VeChain. All right, so crypto fan, it's Friday. ETH ETF. Everybody's like, what the hell is going on? Well, let's look back. Let's look back at the Bitcoin spot ETF. What happened there? Was it kind of a sell the news type of thing? It was, right? That literally was exactly what happened. And so we had a pump leading up to it. And then the news happened and it sold. Now, this wasn't actually a sell the news event because we've stayed pretty flat. I'm going to start on ETH today. So I got a volume profile pulled from all the way back in March, kind of looking at this big area right here. Okay. Somewhere between effectively 3,600 and 3,000, 3,036. Because we've been ranging in there for a while. We've had a few, touches down below, but then came right back in. Then had this huge candle on the news that, hey, this ETF is going to happen. Right. Then guess what? People do a little thing called profit taking. That is a part of the markets. Also, I don't know the information. Maybe somebody can tell me in the chat. I don't know what information is available. I was trying to peek through it. I had a million things going on this morning, running around unexpectedly for one of my other businesses. And I don't know what the deal is with the active trading on the Ethereum ETF, if that is live or not. I know obviously it's approved, but in Bitcoin's case, it went live right away. But I don't know that went live like right away. So if somebody can tell me in the chat, if you guys know, or if you have a second to take a little peek, a little Googling, I would appreciate that. But let's look at where we're at. Let me grab my marker here. Check this out. If I extend this line right over here, guess what? We are right at the value area high for the last 2.5, 3 months. Okay. If we blast down through that, 3,500 is going to hold as support. All right. I believe that we're going to be headed up and to the right. I think we're going to probably have a little bit of consolidation right now. The facts are really simple. There was a lot happening right here in this candle. And when you get that big of a move that quickly, things try to cool off. The money price action tends to kind of pull back a little bit. And I think that even though the ETF got approved, there was so much movement there that people have got to have the opportunity to wind back up. And these institutions are going to take time, like we talked about with the Bitcoin ETF, to be able to reach out to people and start effectively selling this. They earn a little piece of the action on every sale, and they're going to be reaching out to people and saying, hey, remember how we did this thing with Bitcoin that's been really successful? Well, that's going to be what's going to happen with Ethereum too. So just jump in, get involved. Patriot Caveman, I'm going to assume that this is correct. Patriot Caveman says not active yet. So look at that. So retail, let's look at it. Retail makes this happen right here, okay? And then the institutions come in, and once they're able to actively trade it, hopefully we get some more nice big fat candles, but it's going to take a little bit of time for that to happen. We got some gifting going on. French Toaster was gifted a membership by Caffeinated Crypto. Caffeinated Crypto, guess what? You're going to be happy to hear this with your name all over this freaking wheel. I'm adding you right now, by the way. Well, I guess I don't need to show everybody, but yeah, you saw your name was all over that. I'm going to add you onto the wheel right now. Boom, boom. Thank you very much. For those of you wondering what I'm doing, the Flipper Hodl, we're going to be doing another one here soon. I think we're going to have one next week. So I've got you added on there yet again, Caffeinated Crypto. Thank you very much for that. There's going to be $5,000 on the line. I can run this text across the bottom of the screen here for you guys. Having issues today. Today's been just... Ugh. You ever have one of those days that just starts off where it's like, good God, could anything else go wrong? Right? I had to go get some siding for a project and had to go to multiple different places. Then the color was pretty daggone close. Oh, wait a minute. They don't make that profile in that siding anymore. Then I get on the freeway to head back, and I'm on a meeting that I'm supposed to be, at home to go over this gaming project that I'm excited about, and things are happening, and, this, that, and the third. And I'm, on my phone, so I can't do that. I'm driving. I can't check this out as much as I wanted to. And then the freeway was closed down. So, lots of fun happening in my morning. Sounds like I'm not the only one. Clay the Great said, bro, I swear it must be in the air. I'm telling you, the people that love the planets, they'll say Mercury's in retrograde, right? Well, I don't know that it is. I'm just saying that's always the answer, right? This Mercury's in retrograde. So yeah, Flipper Hodl, $5,000. That's coming up. Planning on that being hopefully next week. If it's not, there we go. Zoom that down a little bit further so I can see my partner in Validity down there. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after. I'm just confirming with one of the companies that's going to be doing it. So Caffeinated Crypto, got you all over that. If anybody else wants to get in on the action, all the super chats, I'm 5Xing them. So just remind that. or a reminder of that. Dave Digital, if it's an insurance claim, they'll wrap the whole house if the match is unavailable. Yeah, it's not an insurance claim, Dave. Trust me. I looked at that option, but it was not. It was not. It was a custom thing that we did. All right, let me go over to Bitcoin. Let's take a peek at Bitcoin. At the Bitcoin. All right, so we've got Bitcoin in this upward moving trend. Up and to the right, we like to see it, right? We came back down and in a couple days ago. This is on the daily. About 3 days ago, we entered back into my range that I have drawn out here. But guess what? Again, these numbers always seem to make sense. I pull up my brush here. Well, guess what this is? Oh, right there. That is the point of control for the last 3 months. The reason that I pull volume profiles, and let me just be really clear about this. The reason that I pull volume profiles is because traders are the money that's going in and out of these markets is all about volume. And so when there are points at which there is a lot of volume, you are going to be having a lot of price action there. So what does that do? Well, it acts as a magnet, right? You either have buying or selling. You've got both sides of that action happening at certain points. And if there is a lot of buying or selling, i.e. volume, it's going to attract the price action. And that's what's happening until a certain point at which, hey, boom, bam, slam, we're pressing through. We're either dumping down through or we're pressing up and to the right. It's going to act as a magnet. Disclosure crypto. Heard about Gary Network, buddy. Hold on a second. Gary Network? You know what? Just because I've got a minute here. Let me see if I can even look this up on CoinGecko. Gary Network. G-A-R-I. Gary Network. All right, what is this thing? Let me see here. I'm going to pull it up just because you asked. Because you're a new name that I don't see. All right, in the 24-hour, we went from about 2 cents, 2.22 cents down to 2.14. Yeah, just down 1.3%. Not actively not doing much at all. $9.7 million market cap. Well, we got $1 million worth of trading volume. That's good to see. Circulating supply, 454 million total supply. So they got half of it in supply. The max supply is about 1 billion tokens or so, 986 million tokens. The only concern that I have with just glancing at this is that half of the circulating supply is out there. My question would be, and this is just kind of how I look at projects, my question would be, where is the other half? You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know the answer to that. It could be in a treasury. It could be in the founder's wallet, right? Depending on where that other 50% is, maybe it's an escrow. Depending on where that is, that would give me, kind of some indication of how I feel about the project just right off the rip. Just a quick look. When you glance at something, you look at the market cap. I look at the volume. I look at circulating versus total supply, and then I'll look at a chart. Those are the things that I'm going to look at. And then if I take it one step further, let's say all of that looks good, then I'm going to look at a team. And I'm going to look at the team. Hey, have they been part of successful projects? Are they known to be a part of any rugs? What's their history? What's it look like, as it were, with influencers, right? A lot of times these companies will make these tokens will make dedicated pushes through influencers, and I'll look at which influencers those are, because there's a lot of them. I think the people that follow me know that I'm genuine, and if I talk to you about something, it's because I actively use it. I believe in it. It's not because, hey, they're just throwing me money. Because the reality is on YouTube, the reality is on TikTok, the reality is on X. You can only shill so much, and if you're just shilling to shill, it comes off as disingenuous, for one. And for two, people will stop paying attention. They'll be like, nah, you've been hearing me talk about meme coins, but guess what? I've been talking about really two in particular, Tonald on Toncoin, and I've been talking about Coochie. Guess what? I'm effectively part of both of those projects. Coochie, not actively a part of the project, but I'm very close with my boy Crypto Blood, help them out with some things in the back end with Coochie and have been involved in that. So I'm definitely supporting that project. I know where that's headed. I know the people that are going to be involved, and I know the people that are involved. With Tonald, I'm actually on the team, so I know what's happening there, know what's going on with the marketing budget, know what's going on with donations going over to the campaign, know what's going on with donations over to vets, all of that good stuff, right? Off near Crypto, good to see you. Glad that you are here. So what's up with you? Glad to see that you're here. All right, so back to Bitcoin, just kind of finishing up there with what I was saying. We're pulling back to that point of control, 68,569. That 70K number is going to be a big number to surpass and hold, but I think we're going to get there. I don't think it's going to take too long to do. Make sure, as Ofnir says, don't forget to smash the likes, and also turn on the bell notifications. Listen, I know sometimes they don't work. But turn them on anyway, because in the off chance that they do work, it would be much appreciated. Let me just take a quick peek real quick at my Validity wallet. For those of you that have been paying attention to what I've been doing, I've got a sponsor in Validity. Effectively, I'm putting my ETH to work. My Ethereum was doing nothing, sitting there, and I said, you know what? Let me do something valuable with this. And to make a really complex process simple, I'm reverse staking a bunch of ETH. I have access to liquidity to spend my Ethereum on other things that I want, and the Validity grows at an exponential rate against the Ethereum as it is backed by Ethereum, and every transaction that happens, it effectively burns tokens within the ecosystem. So it's going to consistently, almost always, there's little dips here and there, but it almost always outpaces Ethereum. So if we look at this real quick, I've got $602 still that I haven't done anything with. I've actually claimed 739, 266, and 466. That's about $1,500. I've got $600 more. That's $2,100 that I have, right? Now, how much did I put in? Well, let's look at it. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. So of $3,000, I was able to pull $2,100, and guess what? My Validity is worth $4,171. It sounds like a winner to me. So I've got a link down below. Actually, I've got it pinned in the comments. So if you want to check out Validity, it's fantastic. Yeah, Poman says Crow's also using it. Crow and I, we love to cut up, have fun. Me and Crow are close. I love Crow. Shout out to Crow. Crow's going to be on next season of Trading Wars. And there's a reason that Crow's using it as well, because guess what? Crow knows what it is too. So shout out to Validity. They've been great. And I'm telling you this, the sponsor couldn't be a more, the owner, the creator of it couldn't be a more genuine dude. I was down in Colombia, went up to his penthouse. He treated us, when we went out. He's fantastic, and just a really above board individual that went above and beyond to get a CerTic audit, which is a damn $500,000 or $1 million. I don't even know. It's a wild amount of money. It's not cheap at all. And it's a long, arduous process to make happen. So they're the real deal. So if you're just not doing anything with your ETH, fix that problem. All right, let's talk about the news a little bit. This one makes me chuckle. How MicroStrategy forfeited $12.82 billion with a B dollars profit by not investing in Ethereum. There's Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin maxi himself, and he is a maxi. Data shows Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy missed out on a profit exceeding $12.82 billion by failing to invest in its $7.59 billion in Ethereum. Software firm MicroStrategy, led by Michael Saylor, has been a prominent institutional Bitcoin investor for close to 4 years, injecting $7.59 billion into the asset since 2020. However, while MicroStrategy persistently committed substantial monthly funds to Bitcoin acquisition, Saylor unrepentantly retains maximalist views against other crypto assets. He's renowned for his claim that there is no second best crypto asset, that there's no second best crypto asset to Bitcoin. During a recent presentation, he told the audience that assets like Ethereum, XRP, Solana, BNB, and Cardano are unregistered securities, asserting none of them would ever be approved for an ETF. It then goes down. Oh, let me get back over here. It then goes down and talks kind of over the differences here, right? His Bitcoin investments were 14.94, but if it would have been an ETH, it would have been like $20 billion, right? So there's a big difference there. And then it breaks down his investment yield over the amount of time that he's been investing in Bitcoin. Now, let me just say something on Michael Saylor's behalf. Here's the reality, right? Mark Dutch in the house. What up, Mark? Good to see you. Good evening. I hope you have a great weekend, dude. Okay. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback, right? I'm going to defend Michael Saylor here. Now, he is a maxi. I don't like that. I've interviewed Michael Saylor, met him in person. Really nice guy. But 100%, he is a Bitcoin maxi. The problem with the idea of the maximalist, right, is that you have the stance that nothing else can not only compare or match up to what you have. I could be okay with you saying, hey, nothing compares to it. I understand that you have X, Y, and Z, but no, he's not even saying that. He's just saying, hey, those will never get ETFs. They're unregistered securities. This is da-da-da-da-da. Nah, dude, that's not the case. We have a commodity, a digital commodity in Ethereum, and this ETF is showing that, right? Now, I don't full on disagree with this either. When you have that much money, all you need is Bitcoin, right? but having a maximalist view and not allowing for the idea that other people are able to do good things with their money and make good decisions with their money is not a good look, right? There's a lot of assets in crypto that I have said no to, brushed off, maybe missed an opportunity on. It doesn't mean they're trash. It doesn't mean that they're not going to do anything good for those people. It just means it wasn't the viewpoint that I had. And that's okay, right? But me saying that, hey, the viewpoint that I have is the only viewpoint and everything else is just hogwash is ridiculous, because the reality is, and it shows right here in the article, that he literally missed out on billions and multiple billions of dollars by choosing Bitcoin over Ethereum. Now, the other thing that I started to say was it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback. You can always look back. So, okay, let's play that game. What if you invested billions of dollars into Caspa, right? You'd be a freaking trillionaire, right? Or what if you invested 10 years before? Guys, gals, we're not going to play that game, right? So just the reality is this: having just a single lasered in view on one asset and not being willing to look at other things as opportunistic is silly. That's what I want to say about this. It's not that he should have taken all of his Bitcoin money and invested into Ethereum, right? That's easy to say now. But if the ETH, if the ETH ETF wouldn't have got passed, if ETH would have been, a security, then people would have said, I can't believe you invested in Ethereum. You should have just kept it in Bitcoin. You had all the money in the world to begin with, right? Does this make sense, right? It's easy to look back and say, hey, you should have done this once you see the reality of where things are right now. That's not tough to do. So shout out to Michael Saylor. Thanks for the interview. If you're watching, I highly doubt Michael Saylor's watching. But yeah, Ethereum would have been a better profit strategy for him and probably will be long-term. Part of that's just sheer market cap, right? I mean, if he invested that many billions into a lot of different assets, it would have been a lot freaking higher than even Ethereum. And so we could play that game kind of moving on down in market cap. But the reality is there isn't only one, right? Now, one of them that I have very high views on that I've talked about a lot, which you guys hear me talk about a lot, TON blockchain. Check this out. They onboarded 1 million users in 30 hours. 30 hours. That's quick math tells me 33,000 people an hour were onboarded onto the TON blockchain. That's freaking huge. An extraordinary demonstration of its scalability and efficiency, the TON blockchain successfully onboarded over 1 million global users within a mere 30 hours, starting May 16th, 2024. This historic milestone was achieved during the highly anticipated token generation for the event Notcoin, the world's fastest growing Web3 community, which originated from a viral blockchain-based game. The remarkable feat highlights the robustness and advanced architecture of TON blockchain, which ensured that all users could transact concurrently without experiencing any network outages, spikes in fees, or delays in processing times. This seamless onboarding experience underscores TON's position as a leading blockchain platform capable of handling massive loads of unparalleled efficiency. Then it talks about them, pulling all these people on board. Anatoly Makasov, not sure. The technical lead of the TON Foundation expressed his enthusiasm about the achievement in a statement on Blockchain Reporter. He said, TON blockchain is scalable by design. Its next generation architecture meant that TON's infrastructure speed and scalability was unmatched, even under the unprecedented load generated by Notcoin's token launch. TON blockchain ensured that historic spike in demand was seamlessly absorbed without any effects on network fees or processing times. Listen, 1 million people coming into an ecosystem in 30 hours is wild. It's a lot. And also, so Uncle Ben said, who paid for this article? I don't know who paid for this article. You're very likely correct, right? These articles, many of them are paid for, right? They are. So I don't make any bones about that. But I also do agree with what's being said in the article, right? If you're able to onboard that many people that fast and not have a network outage, right? Because that's usually an issue. And it didn't mess one bit with the fees. It sounds like a good thing to me, right? I've been talking about TON for a long time because of the fact that it is fast, it is efficient. People are using Telegram, which is effectively where this all, came from and how it came to be. There's a lot of growth that's going to happen here, and it's going to continue running up the charts. Mark my words. I've been telling you this. it will continue to run up these charts. And the reason that it's going to continue to run up these charts is because of Telegram, and also because I don't think it'll be too terribly long before you'll be able to purchase TON on some of the big exchanges. Right now, you can't. The tier one exchanges, it's just not there to buy. And so people have trouble trying to get into the ecosystem per se, especially as it were with meme coins. People aren't used to using StoneFi. It's STON.FI, right? That was a new one for me. So when I got into TON and figured out, okay, boom, bam, slam, whether I bridged or whether I bought it on, MEXC or wherever I bought it, I then had to figure out, okay, now I got to use a new DEX. But guess what? All these freaking DEXs are the same. They're easy. You have, what am I buying? What am I selling? Right? What am I swapping for? And I pay a fee and I sign a transaction and I move on. If you've been in crypto for any amount of time and done anything with MetaMask, if you've done anything on Uniswap, if you've done anything on SushiSwap, if you've done anything on PancakeSwap, if you've done anything on on Jupiter, on any of these, StoneFi, it's exactly all it is. It couldn't be a more simple interface. In fact, just a quick story. When I first used a DEX, I was nervous about using it because it seemed too simple. It seemed like, wait a minute, am I on the right thing here? Shouldn't this be like this elaborate, beautiful website that's all laid out and explains exactly what's happening here and da-da-da-da-da? No, Keeper, that's not at all what's going on here. We want to make this interface simple. We want to make it user-friendly. It doesn't need a beautiful website. It doesn't need any of that. It just needs to do what it's intended to do, which is to swap one token for another in a decentralized fashion. So yeah, just a little backstory there. But yeah, so I believe that TON is going to continue to scale, going to continue to grow. I mean, literally, this is going to be a premier choice for developers, which I think is going to be, and users, right? Both of them. I think it's going to be really important. And it's a reason that's going to continue to evolve, handle large scale events like the Notcoin token launch that happened. All of this are going to do well long term, or that's the reason that TON is going to do well long term. So that's TON. You guys have been hearing me talk about TON. All right, so check this out. ETH. All right, I've got some good tweets that I want to hit on ETH here. So if you give me a second, I'm going to pull up this article, but we're going to talk about Ethereum real quick. Smash that like if you haven't already. Make sure to put on the bell notification. Patriot Caveman says, that is one I passed on, TON. Patriot Caveman, not financial advice, but this thing's still got a long way to go. If I pull, let's just look real quick. Let's just look right quick. Let's take a peek. So TON is it's number 10 right now. It's at $21 billion. Okay. That's a big market cap. It is, right? But let's just say it's able to move up to number, let's say it's able to move up to number 5. That's almost a 4x from where we're at right now. Now, that would be the size of Solana. That would be huge, right? But Solana, in the meantime, is going to be blasting off as well. If you don't think that we can get to, I don't know, 5 trillion plus in market cap, I don't think you're seeing the same thing that I am in crypto, right? And ultimately, there's going to be some big winners within that. TON has been so far, but I believe that it's going to continue to be. So I don't know that you are. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know that you missed the boat, right? Off here, I'm going to talk about the ETH ETF here in just a second. Uncle Ben said, "Are they real people?" Yes, Uncle Ben. A lot of times, because I think that you are being serious, right? That you're not just busting my balls here, right? You're asking me, are the people that are buying these articles, are they real people? Yeah. Ultimately, a lot of times it's either somebody that is on the team, or I could go in just as someone that holds a lot of TON and have an article, printed at any point. Obviously they're not cheap to do. They're not that crazy expensive though either. So if I felt like, a well-placed article could pump my bags, it pays for itself, right? I mean, that's just is what it is. So yeah, it totally depends on where that came from. Patriot Caveman said, I went into Pendle at $1.20. I believe this will give me more gains. I'm just greedy. I want everything. Well, careful with the greed, Patriot Caveman, right? Careful with the greed. That will definitely get you. That's definitely got me in the past. All right, let's talk about ETH. Everybody wants to talk about ETH. Study never giving up. Crypto Twitter reacts to Ethereum ETF win. Crypto Twitter took another victory lap after the SEC approved the first spot Ethereum ETF in the US. Here's the guy taking the victory lap. Yay. After the SEC approved 8 spot Ethereum ETFs on Thursday, Crypto Twitter took another victory lap after the first Bitcoin ETFs were approved in January. And the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, FIT 21. Now, let me pause. That FIT 21 Act is a big, big thing. Look into that further. That is very important. That's going to be part of what's going to move crypto over to, in a regulated fashion, to someone like the CFTC or a regulatory body that's maybe just going to oversee crypto. I don't know how that's going to play out, but that's going to be really important. It says lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have urged the SEC to approve spot Ethereum ETF, saying the exchange traded product should receive the same consideration as spot Bitcoin ETFs. Crypto Twitter reacted swiftly to the news of the SEC that the SEC approved the Ethereum ETFs. Here are some of the standout reactions. All right, let's look at some of these. This one's great. You blew it, little man. You blew it. That's classic. That's probably my favorite. Here you go. This one's good. Mom, I saw the Ethereum. Look how she spelled Ethereum. I saw the Ethereum ETF got approved. You can come to Thanksgiving this year. Thanks, Mom. I actually do have these types of discussions at Thanksgiving. Van Ack said, study never giving up. Paul says this week, this day has been a roller coaster, unlike any I've ever seen. ETH is effectively deemed a commodity, as we've always known it to be. I'm proud to be on Team Coinbase, right? So glad to see that's happening. All that hubbub for ETH to print a plus 1% daily candle. There's a number of them here. I think my computer's taking a second for whatever reason to load with all these stupid ads going on. But the reality is it was underwhelming. The release of the ETH ETF, the news was underwhelming. It wasn't that the news was underwhelming as much as it was, I think people were hoping and praying and planning on seeing another God candle from it. And I told you part of the reason why. Pablo Chuco, good to see you. Happy that you are here as well. Uncle Ben said the top wallet holds 25%. Uncle Ben, I have not looked into what that top wallet is, but keep in mind, a lot of times when just throwing this out there, I don't know. I'd have to look into this, so I'm speculating. A lot of times when there's a wallet that holds that large of an amount, it is part of the treasury. It is part of their marketing. It is part of a foundation, the TON Foundation. It could be any number of things. So keep that in mind. It might be held in a smart contract that only allows it to do. And it could be to provide liquidity to the different exchanges. So you would need to look further into that, but it's a good point, right? That's something that I would look at as well when it comes to meme coins, especially. Does one of the big hitters hold damn near all the supply? Be careful with that, because that means one person can change the game for you. So yeah, Patriot Caveman said, I think Jamie Dimon should not be allowed to hold crypto. He should be punished. Patriot Caveman, they don't punish the elites. They let the elites do what the elites do and continue to make money hand over fist. I actually had a meeting this morning. I can't call him out. And I'm going to continue to talk. This kind of is in tune with what I'm talking about with the ETH ETF. I had a meeting this morning with somebody that has created this protocol that allows you to take loans against your assets with 0% interest. It charges you a 1% transaction fee. It's fully decentralized, a lot of peer-to-peer stuff happening, etc. But it's absolutely genius. And I told him, I said, hey, you better watch your back. You better be careful, because the big hitters, the elites, they do not want you effectively creating a bank. He gave me a scenario where I could pay off my mortgage. Right. Let's say I was holding 500 grand in something, whatever, multiple different assets, doesn't matter. And I wanted to pay off my mortgage, but still have access to, said funds at 0% interest. You could do it. So if you are a big holder, right, And this, I'll be talking about this here in the next few weeks. I'm planning on setting up a partnership with them because I love what they're doing, and there's some really important people involved in this project. But yeah, 0% interest. I can have access to my liquidity. Sign me up. And there's drawbacks to it. Obviously, there's things that you need to be aware of. I'll get into all of that. We'll do an AMA. We'll ask all the hard questions like we have with Validity, all of that, right? It's freaking super cool. Mark, thank you for putting the Discord link in the chat. Patriot Caveman, as soon as I can talk about it, I will. They have one. And I brought this up, and it's, he immediately was like, yep, that's part of the problem. They do have one problem that they're dealing with in basically the stable coin having it effectively depegs, not by a lot, but it depegs by some because of how the loans are processed and how people will then take it and just sell it on the open market. And so it's enough volume that it depegs the stable coin a little bit. And so they have a workaround for that so that doesn't happen. As soon as that workaround is complete, as soon as the coding is complete with that, I'm going to be doing some videos and AMAs and probably do a flipper hodl with it. Going to be doing some stuff for sure because it was a fantastic meeting. But yeah, I told him watch his back. I said, man, these elites aren't playing freaking games, right? They do not want you effectively running a bank that's giving 0% interest that the community is all benefiting from. And that's the other part of it. So it reminded me of Validity in a totally different format. You basically create these vaults. It's really freaking cool. I am excited. If you guys can't tell, I just, let the cat out of the bag, but that's coming. One more thing, shout out to Wolfer Finance. I'm just going to give you these two pieces here. And this is just because it's happening. And I love my boy, Drew. If you remember Drew from this last season of Trading Wars, Wolfer Finance and Presend both have their crowdfunding opportunity out today. I did a TikTok on one of them so far. You guys should check that out. Not financial advice, but it is literally one of the first fully regulated, right? Digital security tokens on the Polygon blockchain. And it allows you to get in on the ground floor of a startup, like a Silicon Valley style startup. And they've been so freaking successful. And, you're buying a digital security token. You are buying a security. There's a lot of cool stuff. They're doing 10 and 25% money back on some of the money that you put in off the front. I can give you that. Information. Actually, Caffeinated Crypto, if you follow me on TikTok, I've got the link underneath the TikTok that I just did. I can actually, let me show this to you guys. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I'm hoping you guys can hear this. Hold on a second. Profile. I think I might have to, let me stop sharing my screen here. Hold on a second. Hold that thought. Screen. Boom. Boom. Okay. Share. Tell me if you guys can, I know you guys can see this, but tell me if you guys can hear this. Okay, theoretically, work with me here. I got a question. If you could get... Okay, can you guys hear that? Somebody tell me if they can hear that. Somebody tell me in the chat. We're doing more of a laid-back stream today. Somebody tell me, chat, can you hear this? Yep. Okay, cool. Here we go. Well, maybe. If, you know what? I'll play it if it'll allow me to. Good God, are you freaking kidding me? Let's try this again. You can't make this up. This day has been this right here. This day has been this. Okay, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Good God. Okay, theoretically, work with me here. I got a question. If you could get in on the ground floor of a Silicon Valley style software startup company that has 2 patents pending in 28 different countries, you'd say, hey, that's a heck of an opportunity, right? Let's go one step further. Let's say they've got a multi-million-dollar portfolio of master and validator nodes that have been running successfully for years. What if they could get into other real-world assets such as real estate, retail, oil production, crypto mining, flaring, it'd be like, hell yeah, let me get in. Because the facts are simple. A company like this is one of a kind, and a buddy of mine at Wolfer Finance, well, he owns it. They're doing a regulation crowdfunding opportunity, which ultimately says, hey, you know what? This is fully regulated. They're the first to offer, or one of the first to offer, a digital security token on the Polygon blockchain. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If I need to break it down any further to you, an ETH node costs like 120K. AVAX over 100K. Flux, 250K. The numbers get wild. How can you get invested in that and still be diversified? The average person can't. So you get access to something like that by getting in on the ground floor of a company who has a track record of doing all of this successfully. Obviously, you don't want to miss this. Check out the link down below on the sponsored post. Get involved. Get in now. Oh, yeah. Not financial advice. All right. So, yeah, I had no, there's actually, that looks like I just, was sponsored to do that today on here. I'm not, just throwing that out there. I'm just doing that because I love Drew. Right. Yeah, lots of fun with the videos there. Yeah, no, this is not actually a sponsored segment of the show. I'm doing some stuff for him over on TikTok, and I'm going to be doing some stuff for him on here as well. I think we're going to play Flipper Hodl with Wolfer Finance. And yeah, Uncle Ben said, good to hear Polygon mentioned. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, why would you not take advantage of a layer 2 like Polygon when, once you start to learn to navigate the crypto space, and you realize, as much as I love, I'll explain it to you like a caveman in just a second, Patriot Caveman. And you understand, hey, okay, I love the Ethereum blockchain for the price appreciation that it's created for me, for the money that I've been able to make. But damn, sometimes the fees are rough. And you figure out, right? You figure out how to make the move over onto Polygon, which is a simple move, right? And you ultimately utilize a protocol that is built on top of Ethereum, that's faster, that's cheaper, that does all these great things. It's like, why would you not? Right. So Wolfer took advantage of that. So explain it to you like a caveman, Patriot Caveman. You are buying they are crowdfunding money on the front end, and you are basically getting equity. You're getting a piece of the action. You are getting a stock. You are getting a share of Wolfer Finance. That's as simple as I can make it, right? They ultimately have master validator nodes, right? They're doing a whole bunch of nodes, Ethereum nodes, Flux nodes. And I actually was wrong in that video. I think a Flux node's like 50K. I mixed it with one of the other ones. That's okay. It is what it is. People make mistakes. I made one. But ultimately, yeah, you're buying a digital security token, which gives you a piece of the action within Wolfer Finance and all the things that they're doing. The cool part about it, on top of everything else that I just love, and again, guys, this isn't sponsored. I just love Drew. He's a great guy. The other part of is that I love is that he owns Presend. And Presend is the protocol, and Presend is doing a crowdfunding as well. They're doing them alongside each other, right? There's both of them there. You can either directly do Presend, or you can buy a piece of the action with Wolfer, whatever. Both digital security tokens, both on the Polygon blockchain, both one of the first of their kinds. Presend has 2 patents pending in 28 different countries. It is the butt pucker moment that we all have when we send crypto from one place to another, especially when it's a large amount. It takes that out of it, because what it does is before you send it, it says, whoop, stop, hold on. Let's validate that this is going to the right place. And so the big institutions have picked that up. Coinbase, right? All of these big institutions said, hey, that's valuable to me, right? He created a protocol that does that. So they're doing a crowdfunding, a digital securities offering for that as well. So Drew, I love you, bro. Shout out to you. That's your freebie. The other ones you're going to be paying for. Okay. I'm just messing with you. All right. So moving on. That's happening. There's just a lot going on in the space and in my personal life right now with things that myself and my friends have going on. Also want to mention, is anybody in the chat going to be in or around Austin, Texas next week? Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, really? I normally go to the events longer than that, but I'm really going to support Jay Chains in his fight. That's the real reason I'm going. I spoke at Consensus last year, the year before that, I believe. It's been a couple years in a row anyway. I'm not going to be speaking this year. I'm just going to be going down to party, bro. No, I'm going down to enjoy the fight, see a bunch of my friends in the crypto space, and then obviously to network as well. So if anybody is in and around the Austin space, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, hit me up. hit me up. Jump into my DJing group on Telegram. It's an easy way to link up with me. Dave Digital. I mean, hey, you want to make the drive? I don't know how far Houston is from there, but you want to make the drive? I'll be there. I'll have dinner with any of you. We'll grab some food, grab some lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. Link up at the event, whatever you want to do. Watch the fight. I love meeting the community. So if any of you is interested in doing that, cool. Just throwing it out there. OC guy says, I'll be around the Caribbean. Does that work? Yes, OC guy. I will actually jump on my private jet and come see you for lunch, and then I'll go back. I actually had a buddy, no kidding, that was a trust fund kid. His dad died, and his mom and his dad were like the biggest real estate tycoons in Chicago. And there's no kidding, him and each of his 3 siblings each got $250 million apiece. He used to fly his fiance. You can't make this up. He used to fly his fiance from Chicago. He lived right by Michael Jordan. I think it's his old house now. Maybe his wife sold it or something through their divorce. But he used to live in Chicago, and they would take his private jet. This is so irresponsible, by the way, but it would be cool. They would fly his private jet out to California for her favorite brunch spot. He used to fly to California in their private jet for brunch. So yes, OC guy, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump on my private jet that I don't have, spend all of the money that I don't have, and I'm going to come have lunch with you, bro. But no, for real, if you guys are in Austin or the Austin area, make sure to look me up. All right, so what's the overview here, right? Ethereum. We need these institutions to be actively playing, to be actively involved. And if it is not live yet, which somebody in the chat said it was not, I don't believe that it is. If it is not live yet, when it does go live, we're going to see a lot more action, right? I love this comment. The private jet you don't have yet. There, Clay, I knew I liked you, buddy. I knew I liked you. The private jet you don't have yet. Uncle Ben wants to know, do you actually want a private jet? Uncle Ben, there is not a chance in hell I would ever buy a private jet. If I was wealthy like that, I would do something like NetJets. I would do something like that. But no, like that, I've got a customer of mine that we built, did a basement for that works for NetJets, and he explained it to me. And effectively, you can have a NetJets membership, right, where you own a piece of a certain type of a plane, and they'll pick you up a jet and pick you up and take you anywhere, and blah, blah, blah. And if you extrapolate it out, it was a ton. I'm talking about a lot of flying, a lot. I'm talking about like a lifetime's worth of flying before you would ever spend the money to buy your own jet with the price of the jets. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like 10 grand an hour or something like that with NetJets. But if you extrapolate that out until you get to, $50 million or whatever you spent on said jet, depending on what type of jet you bought, it takes a freaking long time to be able to, to spend that amount of money. But no, I would not buy a private jet. If my money, like I've done well for myself, right? But if my money situation changed drastically right now, I don't think any of you would know it. Like, I wouldn't start wearing different clothes. I wouldn't sell the house that I live in. I might do some upgrades. I might do the backyard features that I want to do. And just like I would build a really cool studio in my basement, and I would do some things, but you guys wouldn't know it other than seeing me in a different, hey, Keeper, you got a new background, whatever. Right. No, I would not buy a private jet. Trade Intuition in the house. Trade Intuition. Send me a actually, hold on a second. Let me write this down. I'm writing it down right now. Trade Intuition is going to be on the next season of Trading Wars. So shout out to Trade Intuition. Says thinking about starting a church so it can go to mega church status. Then I can get a few private jets to spread the word of God, like all the other people have. God, that's terrible. There is that guy that what is his name? He's awful. Ken, is his name Ken something or other? Man, I know you guys have probably seen where he's like getting into like an Escalade or something, and they ask him about his jets, and he gets really he looks evil, man. It's not Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen does too, I think. He's the prosperity gospel guy. You know, he's the God wants you to have everything, and God wants everybody to have everything, right? Prosperity gospel is not biblical. So I will tell you as a Christian that prosperity gospel is not biblical. Mark Kenneth Copeland, Pablo Chuco, my man. That was it. Yes, that was it for sure. Let's see here. That's not what I meant to put up. I meant to pull up this one. Mark Dutch wants to know if I got in touch with Trader Geo yet. Mark, you sent me a message on Telegram, but I thought I was waiting for Trader Geo to reach out to me. I have not heard from him. Maybe reach out to him again and tell him to do that. There's no way Dave Ramsey's got a jet, by the way. There's no way Dave Ramsey's got a jet. That dude is the most old school, you know, hey, I made my money and I pay everything off and I have zero debt type of guy. Not a chance, that man. If that man owns a jet, just throw everything that he ever taught out the window. Take all of it, every single thing he ever said, and throw it out the window if Dave Ramsey's got a jet, right? Oh, you tagged me in Discord. Okay. Mark, can I be a pain? Can you please have him message me on Telegram? I'm so terrible with Discord, and I end up missing stuff, right? Oh yeah. This was terrible. I did hear this during Katrina's house and church were not affected, and he put up armed guards to keep people out. Yeah, he's a piece of work for sure. All right, we're getting totally off topic here today. I know it was a chill session today, but yeah. So ETH, we need the big dogs to step into play. Like kind of give you what we talked about today. Toncoin, I believe, is going to continue. Ton is going to continue to grow as an ecosystem. That is just happening. Michael Saylor, hey. Yeah, you missed the boat on, saying ETH is going to be a security and they'll never have an ETF. Get your mind right, bro. Understand that there's other ways to make money, right? Yeah, Crypto fam, I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I know this is a little off of how my normal streams go. I'm really trying to grow you guys. And I would love any and all support that you guys could give me, right? I really want to continue to grow. I do feel that YouTube has not liked in the past some of my politically inspired comments, some of the things, the traditional values and ideas that I have. So I've tried to chill out on those a little bit just to keep me, off their radar. But I really am trying to go. So if you guys aren't following me over on X, it's Crypto Wars with a ZOG. Make sure to do that over there. Let your friends know, hey, you guys want to hear somebody that's real and authentic, get over and check out your boy Keeper. So I love you. I appreciate all of you. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Question everything. Trust nothing except for your boy CryptoKeeper. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. We will see you soon. I'll see you on Monday.